What's up, beautiful people? Kirby Hasseman here, trying to deliver you just a little bit more marketing joy. Now, if you know me at all, you know that I'm a big fan of branded merchandise. I love the merch, I love the swag, but I love it when it's done well. So what I want to do today is talk to you about 3 questions that you should ask before you purchase any branded merch. So I want you to stop and not buy any branded merch until you watch this video. Now, the goal here is, as always, to provide you a little bit more value. And if I am, please feel free to subscribe. Whether you're listening as a podcast or a video, subscribe on the channel that you're listening, and we'll try to keep them coming. So, like I said, I believe that branded merchandise is one of the foundational ways that you should be marketing your organization. It's a great way to kind of build up a tribe and to get people to be passionate followers and to have lasting impressions with the people that you're trying to reach. And the best way to do that is to do it the right way, to really think about who you're trying to reach, where you're trying to reach them, and what kind of emotion you want to elicit. So these are the 3 questions that you should ask before you purchase any branded merchandise. Question number 1, where is your perfect customer when they realize they need you? Now, one of the superpowers of promotional products is how targeted they are. Whenever you hear someone talk about how branded merch or promotional products or whatever doesn't work, it's usually because they haven't asked these 3 questions. And number 1 is that they aren't using the ability of branded merch to be targeted. They just say, look, I'm going to take a bunch of these things, these giveaways, and I'm going to throw them at a wall and hope somebody just finds them and then calls me. That is using a mass media approach to a targeted media medium. So when you think of where is my perfect customer when they realize that they need me, you want to go exactly into their life. Now, what you want to back up to is figure out who your perfect customer is. So if you've already done this, then that's the next step, is say, okay, if you are an organization that tows vehicles, well, they're by the side of the road because their vehicle's has broken down. Where are they when they realize they need your service, your product, whatever? And using branded merch to be right there once they realize that they need you. So that's question number 1. Where are they? Where's that perfect customer when they realize they need you? Number 2, what is the perceived value of the item you're going to do? Now, one of the things that I say is that I want the perceived value is how much your customer, that perfect customer, thinks that you spent on that specific item, right? And whenever I'm doing a piece of branded merch, I want the perceived value to be more than what I spent. So in other words, the perceived value of an umbrella in the middle of a rainstorm is pretty high, right? And, so I want to spend time getting the kind of item that actually reaches them where they, when they realize they need me, but they also think that I've spent $50 on an item when I've really spent $25. And so there is this sort of emotion that they get when they say, wow, they really appreciate me. They really want my business. They really have worked hard to earn my attention in this time when you ask that question. So the first one is, where are they when they realize they need my product or service? What is the perceived value of the item I want to give? And the third one's sort of common sense, but there's so many who don't do it, is what would my perfect customer love? How would it serve them in their workday? Where do I want them to be? So if it's in the kitchen, what kind of item would reach them right there that they would be wowing over? One of my favorite questions when meeting with a client is to say, what do you want your ideal customer to feel when they get this, right? And if you're not going to elicit an emotion, if you're not going to do something that's cool like that, why do it at all, right? Because then you are taking the targeted effectiveness out of branded merch. So if you want to create a branded merch campaign that's going to be really effective, that's going to create a lot of wows and going to help you build your tribe, then I want you to ask and answer those 3 questions, right? So those questions are, where is that perfect customer when they realize they need my service? I want to reach them there. What's the item's perceived value? You don't want to be, when you put that your logo on that piece of branded merchandise, you are representing your brand. You don't want it to be chintzy. You don't want to be crappy, right? So what is the perceived value of it? You want it to be high. And then finally, what would my perfect customer, love? Because if you're not going to give them something that is useful, that they love, then don't bother. So those are my 3 tips. Those are my 3 questions you want to ask yourself before you do your next branded merch campaign. Now, like I said, if you are enjoying these videos, if you're getting any value, please feel free to subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And we will keep them coming. We'll see you next time.